You want to see a card trick? I don't know any. Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, there's a lot to be excited about because today was a pretty big announcement day for the World of Flesh and Blood. They had their big anniversary live stream earlier. I caught some of it. They had a bunch of big announcements, including new card reveals for the Rhinar deck, which had some cards that, I'm going to be honest, as somebody who has to play against Rhinar more often than he'd like, there are some cards I saw today for that deck that I am not excited to play against. I do not like how some of those new beat chest cards work. Not great. We saw the, what was the Calling? I think it was the Calling Champion promo, which looks absolutely beautiful. A gold foil marble treatment looks absolutely stunning. And yeah, we have a bit more news and official rules and format breakdown for Silver Age, the new replacement format that's kicking Blitz out the door and replacing it with a affordable format for every kind of Flesh and Blood fan, because the goal of Silver Age ostensibly does appear to be accessibility. It's designed where you can only have rares, commons, and they call it basic cards, but they're basically tokens. Cards that come as tokens are legal for play, alongside a small but pretty interesting ban list, which we could talk about that a bit. But this legality, this set of cards available to the format, by including only commons, rares, and tokens, they really do turn this into a format that is widely available, readily available to just about anyone, because rares in Flesh and Blood aren't quite like rares in Magic. They're more closer to current rares from Yu-Gi-Oh, where they're rare, but you get 2 of them per pack on average. There's a lot of them, and they aren't particularly powerful, and the vast majority of them are very cheap, very affordable. So Silver Age coming out the door looks like a very easy format to get into, especially if you're a fan of those younger heroes with the more gimmicky deck builds. And I am looking forward to playtesting some data-all nonsense for this format, although removing Majestics definitely leaves me in a tight spot, because some of the best cards for data-all definitely in the rare slot. But I digress. This does look like an interesting format. They are they're providing support and making it reportable at the local level, and they're providing support for the highest levels of tournament play. So that's nice. They are providing new products for it, although I guess it's just reslating Blitz decks for Silver Age, because there's 10 decks coming out early next year for the format. All of them appear to be existing heroes, unless I miscounted someone. And yeah, there's an interesting ban list. There's like, what were some of the cards I saw? I think Fate Foreseen, Flick Flack. I think Sink Below's on it too. Sink Below's like a really iconic card in my opinion. I'm struggling to think of like one card that would like more people would know about than Sink Below, because that was like a really well played card, especially in the early years of the game. But I digress. It's just something that I think about. It's something that I think people would have know about. If you're a more experienced, more wizened Flesh and Blood player, maybe there's another card beyond Sink Below, but I feel like everyone knows about Sink Below. But anyway, but yeah, the announcement is, it comes out hard, it comes out strong. They explain the format philosophy for it. They explain the slight change to the deck construction rules for it versus Blitz. It's 55 cards, including all the side stuff. So that's a bit. The big change, of course, is the rarity availability. By making all these rare cards, by making rare the ceiling in terms of value you'd have to pump into a deck, this accomplishes 2 things. It ostensibly, potentially, lowers the power level, potentially, but it really does, I think, do the one thing that LSS really wants to do, and that is to create and provide an affordable format for just about anybody to hop into. So Silver Age, at the very least, does appear to be something that's going to allow any kind of budget play. And yeah, sure, at the end of the day, I'm sure there's going to be people out there who can find a way to make the most expensive version of a deck possible to build in the format. I'm not saying that you can't have shiny, flashy, expensive Silver Age decks. I'm just saying that on average, it's probably a lot easier now to build a competitive deck for the format when you don't have to worry about legends, majestics, gems. There were some Blitz decks that played gems. Don't worry. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to giving it a try. Not looking forward to having to face against all the problems now that some of the best tools for mechanologists have been thrown out the window. But I guess that's also the thing everyone else has to deal with. So we're even, right? But yeah, this was a pretty big day in terms of announcements. I don't think I heard about any upcoming sets now that I think about it. Just the decks that they announced today. But I suppose I will recheck the LSS website to see if there was a set that they announced that I just didn't hear about. Oh, they for the Worlds event in Philadelphia, we got some more promo cards coming. I was just under the impression it was the 3 alt art promo heroes you were getting for that ticket package. But no, there is another special buy promo you can get at the Worlds. It is Rhinar, Reckless, Rampage, and his club with a golf art treatment to them. And that's pretty nice. I thought that was pretty funny. You get those as a special promotion at the on-site store. If you spend $150 or more, you're going to get those promo cards. So that's kind of nice too. I'm sure all 12 Rhinar fans out there are super excited about this. I kid. I know that there's more of you out there. But yeah, honestly, in my opinion, the most exciting thing to talk about today is just the fact that, yeah, Blitz is dead. Nothing we can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. I'll be sad, I guess. But it does look like the team at LSS is taking the steps necessary to revitalize the young hero system. Because, you know, let's face it, you know, Blitz as a format was waning in popularity, which wouldn't be as surprising if Flesh and Blood as a whole was not doing great. But Flesh and Blood as a whole, especially in the last 12 months or so, has been doing really phenomenally, with only like the last few, I would say like the last 4 weeks, really seeing a bit of a lull. And it's a lull that we're seeing in other TCGs too. It's not just a Flesh and Blood thing. Overall, across the board, Flesh and Blood is doing great, with player numbers apparently being up across the board. But that while player numbers are increasing, interest in Blitz has been declining across the board. So it kind of makes sense that LSS would, you know, axe the format and try something new, try something fresh, change the formula a bit, and see if they can't get something that's a bit more budget friendly. Because certainly one of the issues with Blitz was that it does have the same card pool as Classic Constructed, and some of the cards available to Classic Constructed are very expensive. Don't get me wrong, there's some crazy expensive cards like you could have theoretically run just for Blitz. But realistically, you're not going to run those heroes, because there are some heroes out there with a pretty decent price tag that you could only have run in Blitz. Could you have run the... I should check now. Were the Educators actually legal for Blitz? I don't remember looking into that. But I digress. Making a format that ostensibly, like I said, is cheaper, more affordable, and more readily available to the average player or someone who's just looking to get into the game, I think that's a good idea. I'm excited to see where this goes. And I hope that at the end of the day, this format gives young heroes the push they need to become a bit more relevant, because they've all been kind of waning, you know. Not a lot of people talk about the young hero slots available to the game, and I think that's a shame, because I do see a lot of really creative design with a lot of those heroes, not just Dated All my favorite, but, you know, again, the Emperor, Yoji, Shiana, who's a classic, Glaze, not happy about that. Not happy about that one bit. But, you know, ultimately, I'm excited. I'm glad that this format was finalized, announced, and put out to us, and I'm hoping that over the next few months, it grows into something really special. So, that's all I got. And I know I rambled there for a bit, but I am genuinely excited about this. So, it's something to look forward to. And I hope it's a sign of more good things to come for Flesh and Blood. So please like, share, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below Do you agree that Silver Age is something exciting or worth being excited over? Or do you think that it's going to fail in much the same way that Blitz has failed? Let me know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and sitting through with your uncle's crazy ramblings. But that's all I got. Ciao.